Hi everyone. I just thought I'll do a brief talk about the inner child because quite a few of my clients right now are going through that process, and I thought it'd be great just to explain exactly where that term has come from. And there's a Swiss psychiatrist called Carl Jung, and he's the one who developed that name, the inner child. It's to do with the subconscious, the unconscious, and we're bringing it to consciousness. And normally, if we haven't, we've gone through a lot of things in our adulthood, and we're going through patterns of discouragement, of lack of self-esteem, we're reaching out to the wrong partners. A lot of time is to do with something that's happened in our childhood. Now, I've studied for 4 years as a psychodynamic counselor, and the reason why I decided to go into that field was I myself have gone through a lot of trauma from the age of 4 years old, and at the same time as well that my mum, she was not able to tell me that she loved me, even though I knew she loved me. She fed me, she put a roof over my head, she gave me clothes, but she was not able to verbally tell me that she loved me, and she wasn't able to physically hug me. Now, as an adult, I look back on that and I'm like, oh well, that was part of my growing up. That's what I'm used to. But when I had children of my own, and I thought, my goodness, how awful to know that I wasn't, I wasn't told that I was loved, and I wasn't hugged as a child. So that's emotional neglect and physical neglect. So when I went into the psychodynamic counseling, learning about my inner child and having to reconnect and reparent that child and all the things that had been neglected, I was able to do that. Because what happened was that I ended up going towards or into wrong relationships, because I felt that I needed to fix that person. I became an empath, very, very sensitive to other people's feelings, which is okay. But when it takes over yourself and you lose your identity, and that person in that relationship you think is supposed to be a loving relationship takes advantage of those qualities in you, then it's a spiral. You're spiraling down a horrible, horrible path, as I, for 7 years, was able to realize. And it's hard. Even after a relationship, you come out of it and you're still, if you haven't dealt with it, those patterns are still there. So, as a grown-up, as I said, we think that our little child inside of us, the emotional baggage, that we've left that behind, but it's always there because it's within us. And that's where we lose self-control. We have lack of self-esteem. Our self-worth is very low. So what I've helping my clients to do right now is to reconnect with that inner child, to reparent that child, to listen to that child, and to help that child to be heard. And for us as the parent who's reparenting the inner child, is to say, it is safe. You are safe. That you are loved. And then to listen to what that child wanted to say as that child. We could have gone through so many different horrible things as a child that we had no words to say. And the worst thing, one of the worst things is sexual abuse as well. And having a voice now to listen to, as an adult, to listen to that inner child's voice is going to be very powerful, very healing, very emotional. But it's something that we have to go through. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be painful, but you're going to go through it and be able to show compassion to the child that didn't have that compassion, that didn't have that voice. But you have to always remember that you are the adult, you are in control of that inner child. Don't let that inner child take over, because what happens is we act out in relationships, and we become, jealous, we become immature, we have temper tantrums, and we will display that. So remembering that when we do get in contact with our inner self, that we are in control as well. But we need to hear and show compassion and be that just be that voice for our child, and for us to write a letter. What I say, be like a pen pal. Write a letter to yourself. Write a letter to that inner child, and just say, hey, I'm here for you. What would you what would you like to speak to me about? And it's like, it's safe to talk, and you'd be amazed at what will come up for you. So as I said, I just wanted to share that with you, and just start a dialogue. Type it out, write it out, and you just be amazed. And you'll find it hard to get started, but just get started. Even if you just say, hi, I'm Janice. So, hi, little Janice. I'm here for you. I'm sorry for what happened to you when you were younger. I'm sorry that you were neglected. I'm sorry that you were abandoned. I'm sorry that you felt rejected. And then you just start that dialogue. So please, if you have any comments, please leave them in the comments below, and or you can contact me on janicempawley@gmail.com. I'll leave all the information down below, and just if you do start this, please keep me informed on how things are going, and I'm here for you. So you take care. Bye.